Huge day for the unemployed. Okay, right. So I'm not gonna lie, I already watched this video yesterday. I've already seen the whole thing. I just had a few opinions on it. I kind of been stirring on it. This is gonna be my first like proper video on the second channel and stuff like that. But there were a few things in here that I was kind of like, yeah, I completely agree with that, and I had to get into it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take you through the video. I'm gonna say whether I agree or disagree and get into it myself because I feel like the whole situation is a little bit silly. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I mean, people just have opinions at the end of the day. Like, it's not that deep. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, our boy here, Nicholas Light TV, you know him, you know him. You probably know him more than you know me, let's be honest. I've got like fucking 2 subscribers on this channel. He makes a lot of stuff around like anime and stuff like that, right? And recently, there's been this whole thing with One Punch Man season 3. I ain't even seen One Punch Man season 3. I ain't even seen season 2. I'm being honest. Seen a little bit of season 2. It was kind of alright. Season 3, it looks like dog shit. And basically, he's been calling it dog shit since day one. People have been trying to get on his ass about calling it dog shit because they keep saying, "Oh, but the animators had like fucking 2 minutes to throw an episode together and stuff like that." And you know, his whole point is it's still dog shit. I don't care how much time they had, it's still bad. And I kind of agree. Let's get into it.
Another day, another enemy. Another enemy in the anime industry.
Oh
First, it was
god.
the One Punch Man director. Then it was Trash Taste, other YouTubers. And now it's another director that actually worked on a good anime, One Piece. So I'm not.
Come on, bro. We have no enemies out here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I ain't even seen I ain't even seen Finland Saga all the way through. I need to, man. I've been lacking on my anime, bro. I haven't watched anime in ages. The last thing I watched was Chainsaw Man film. Not even gonna lie to you.
Gonna waste your guys' time, okay? We're gonna get straight to it. This ain't
Hell yeah.
Farmland Saga, Thorfinn. Oh no. This is
Speaking of, I forgot that was mentioned in here.
season 1, Thorfinn. I'm out for fucking blood. One Piece episode.
I'm like season 2 orphan right now. I have no enemies, but at the same time, you're gonna say some dumb shit. I'm gonna talk about it.
Director and known animator Henry Thurlow bashes Nicholas Light in new tweets. Unhelpful, uninformed, disrespectful take to the artists. Oh, not the artists. I don't know what this Henry dude's talking about. There were no artists on One Punch Man season 3, especially not the latest episode. So this
I just think though, like, you don't need to be informed about fucking literally everything to have an opinion on something. That's one thing that really winds me up, is that I've had people say this to me before in like my other channel when I talk about things. I would say something that maybe someone doesn't like to hear or whatever for a particular reason, and they're like, "Oh, you don't know everything about X, Y, and Z, so therefore you can't have an opinion about it." It's like, I don't fucking care. I can say what I want. I don't need to know the ins and outs of how something works in order to say I don't like it or not. You get me? Or whether I agree or disagree with it or not. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Right? Like, I just don't think it matters.
is the tweet, the big tweet that everybody's talking about right now. Half
Go
a
on.
million views on this shit. Dear everyone that worked on the newest episode of One Punch Man season 3, never work on an anime again. You're a disgrace and should be ashamed of yourself.
Do you know what? Right? I feel like he's valid for crashing out like that because it looks like complete utter dog shit, right? One Punch Man season 3 is pure and utter fucking wank, right? No one can disagree with that. Say never working on anime again. That is kind of wild, bro. Not gonna lie, but I get it though. I really do get it. But at the same time, yeah, you know, I mean, the thing is, right? I don't know, but I feel like some of these artists working on this show probably could do a much better job if they were given like more time and more budget, things like that, whatever the fuck, right? Maybe, maybe, I don't know. I'm not I'm not an expert. I don't know the ins and outs of the industries, nor do I need to in order to have an opinion on it, but you know what I mean.
Now, if you don't know why I wrote this, it's because I watched the latest episode of One Punch Man season 3 and it was an abomination. I felt disrespected. I'm sure a lot of
Fuck.
people felt disrespected.
Maybe I need to get on watching One Punch Man season 3. Maybe I need to punish myself a little bit more, you know, inform myself.
But you know who was mostly disrespected? The creator, the author. I wrote this
Yeah.
in total disgust, total anger. What the fuck did I just...
You know it's bad, right? When the fucking One Punch Man webcomic from back in the day looks better than the actual anime. Like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like, the shitty webcomic drawn by one guy who doesn't know how to draw looks fucking better than the anime. Oh my god.
watch. You have this Henry guy saying I'm disrespecting artists. I don't think any artist worked on this latest episode. And
See, the thing is, right, it's like, it's not even about disrespecting artists or whatever. I mean, if someone makes a shit piece of art, it's shit. Like, what can you say? Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? Oh, it's actually really good. No, I'm sure if you gave this guy 2 years to work on it, it'd be a masterpiece or whatever. Like, I don't fucking know. Sometimes people aren't just good. People just aren't good artists, okay? What can I say?
that is what this tweet is directed towards. It's the latest episode, which, if you didn't know, was actually outsourced to different companies. So the
Oh,
people that
right,
usually work on
right.
One Punch Man Season 3, they didn't work on this episode. So I simply said, everybody that worked on this episode, it's horse shit. Never work on an anime again. Maybe I should have been specific. Maybe I should have said, never work on One Punch Man again. So you know what? I'll take anime out. I'll replace anime with One Punch Man because nobody wants.
Hey, do you know what? That's fucking valid. That's valid. You know, changing it to One Punch Man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes more sense. Don't cook again.
Want you to work on One Punch Man again. I don't care about this artist code where we have to respect every single artist just because.
I don't get that either. Do you know it? It kind of really reminds me of a lot of video games as well, right? Like, I'm big into video games and all. Recently, during the Game Awards, there was this game that was announced called High Guard. No one fucking liked it. I don't like the look of it. It looks like shit, in my opinion. But as soon as it came out, and people were saying, yeah, this kind of looks like shit, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like Concord 2, you know, immediately in come the people who were like, oh, I feel so sorry for the people making the game, or you don't deserve this, blah, blah, blah. If you make something shit, people are going to call it shit. It's just how it works. I'm not being funny, but that's how it fucking works. If you design a shoe that looks like fucking dog piss and no one buys it, whose fault is that? Not the people buying it. Yeah. Oh my god. I do think it is kind of like infantilizing people at the end of the day, saying, "Oh, you know, you're not allowed to talk bad about because of X, Y, and Z reason." It's like they made something shit. I'm gonna call it shit. Like, what do you want me to do? Sit here and be like, "Oh, it's fine." I'll give them another fucking chance to make something that's probably gonna be even worse next time. Like, I don't know. I just think that is kind of fucking stupid reasoning. Personally, I think we should be allowed to say what we want about something that is objectively bad. I don't care if some artists get offended at the fact that I called their piece of art shit. It's bad. What do you want me to do about it? I don't have to be an artist to critique art. I don't have to be an expert to critique anything or whatever the fuck. I can tell by using my own eyes if I don't like something or not. And I'm allowed to express that opinion because it's called freedom of expression, freedom of speech.
Because of the hard work they put in. If it's shit, it's shit.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You could put fucking 100 years of work into something and it turns out to be dog shit, then it's fucking dog shit. You get what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter.
And I'm going to call it out for being shit. So
Agree.
let's talk about this. Let's start our response to Mr. Thurlow. Unhelpful, uninformed, disrespectful take to artists who are probably right now working their asses off and pulling all-nighters to make sure the episodes make it to air.
But I think that says more about the industry more than like the actual artists, right? The fact that they're pulling all-nighters probably isn't because they want to pull all-nighters off to put passion into this piece of art. It's because they're probably working on crunch time, which is fucking awful and it's not their fault and it's everything to do with the industry. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a really kind of good point to bring up. The fact that they're pulling all-nighters to make sure it looks good. I don't think they want to do that. I think they're probably being forced to do that by their boss or whatever. You know, like, that's not a good thing, right?
On time. So are you talking?
Plus, even if they did pull fucking nighters to get this together, even by their own volition, and it's still shit, it's still shit.
Well, maybe you need to ask yourself whether it's worth it, mate, because a bag of shit that gets bigger is just a bigger bag of shit. Still a bag of shit. You know what I mean, mate?
About the anime industry? Are you talking about other anime, or are you talking about One Punch Man Season 3? I highly doubt you are watching One Punch Man Season 3. But what I've been
He's probably not watching One Punch Man Season 3. He probably isn't.
saying is directed
Nobody
towards
is.
specifically
I'm not.
One Punch Man Season 3, and more specifically, this past episode. You're telling me they were pulling all-nighters to get that episode out. I truly believe they barely put an hour of time into that episode. Animators work because...
I ain't seen it. I've got to have a look at it at some point. So I ain't seen it, so I don't know. But I have seen other bits of Season 3 so far, and I I can see the quality they're working with, and I can pretty much understand based off of that what I've seen already.
They love the craft, that it breaks their hearts when it doesn't turn well. Well, watching the season broke my heart. What about my heart? My heart means less than
Exactly, right? It's like the same Chainsaw Man, you know? What about my heart? Why does no one want my heart? Why do they only want this? You know, like, fuck off.
theirs. I am so sick of this way of thinking. We have to respect all artists.
Yeah, I'm fucking sick of it too. Think it's kind of infantilizing the fact that we need to respect everything and everyone and everyone's feelings and everyone's this and that. It's like, if I don't like something, I'm going to say I don't like it. I'm sorry, but I am not fucking sorry. Why do I need to like self-censor myself? What the fuck? I don't care. It's bad. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying it's fucking bad. I don't know. I am sick of this like rhetoric as well. Like at the end of the day, we need to stop hand holding everyone.
Sacrifices. It's their fucking job. If the industry is so terrible and they have such a terrible time at their job and they can't handle criticism, then find a different job. You're in the field of art. It's going to be criticized, especially when you do a bad job. It's going to.
I always say, like, if you're making something that's going out into like the public eye or anything like that, or if you're a public figure and you say something and you don't like the fact that people are saying something counter to what you're saying, etc., you shouldn't do it, right? If you're going to make something that everyone's going to see and it's objectively bad and you can't take the heat from people saying it's shit, then yeah, I agree. Maybe it's not the industry for you. You know, like, for example, if other people's opinions about yourself or what you say gets you down, then maybe you shouldn't be doing, say, YouTube or something like that, because you're just gonna end up fucking yourself over and getting upset at everything, right? I do agree with that 100%.
Be criticized. If I'm a rapper and my fans expect quality content and they were waiting 6 years for a new album just for me to give them 1-minute songs that were complete shit, they have the right to call me out on that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, exactly. I do actually agree.
They have the right to say how terrible it is. Oh, but what if management was holding you back and you only had a week to work on the album? They don't care. They just want to.
I think nowadays there's a lot of kind of everyone's like overthinking the absolute fuck out of everything. Everyone's, instead of just having like a little opinion about something, saying, I just don't like it because it's shit. You know, people have always got to think about like, oh, but what if they didn't have the time? What if this? What if that? What if this? It's like at the end of the day, as like a average consumer and someone who just watches something because they like it or don't or whatever, we're not thinking about shit like this. All we see is thing is bad, therefore I don't like it. We're not thinking about the ins and outs of the industry or this or that. Like, no, that's not really our job. We're just a fucking we're just the consumers, bro. You get me?
Good album for me. It's been a long time. They're a fan of mine. You don't see other musicians and musical artists like, stop criticizing this person's music. It's beautiful.
Like, you don't really see that in other industries. You only really see it in like the kind of like video game or animation space. Like, again, to bring up the High Guard thing, someone criticizes High Guard, and then you see like all these other game developers or stuff like that coming in and being like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, it's not your fault, oh, the toxic fucking gamers or whatever the fuck. And it's like, you only ever see it in these industries when it comes to artists and stuff like that. You never see it in any other industry. When it's music and people say, oh, this album's dog shit, you don't get someone like fucking Taylor Swift coming in and being like, actually, no, it's really good. You guys are just fucking this or that. You never see that, right? It's just not really a thing, because people can agree that it's bad, right? Even with fucking films, no one does that, right? It's not that common with films, but with animation and like video games, it seems to be very common. It seems to be very, it's like a very toxic positive space, I find. And I fucking hate toxic positivity. It really winds me up.
It's amazing the all-nighters they put to get it out for you guys. Well, maybe instead of pulling an all-nighter, they should have went to bed. I honestly put together a better One Punch Man Season 3 sleeping in my dreams than what they were able to do. This is the same type of shit that other animator said a few weeks ago. Basically telling everybody that we're not allowed to have an opinion because they're working hard on the season and we should be grateful. Fuck that. Can you
be grateful? Like, grateful for what? The fact that you butchered a series that everyone's been looking forward to for like fucking 10 years or whatever. bear in mind, One Punch Man season 1 has almost been out for a decade now. Okay, it came out like 2016. It's 2026 in a few weeks. People have been waiting for this to be like adapted for ages now. Christ.
Imagine this happened with One Piece. If the biggest moments in One Piece, like Gear 5, looked like One Punch Man Season 3, you're telling me people wouldn't be saying what I'm saying right now? Fire
Yeah.
these motherfuckers for ruining Oda's masterpiece, for ruining one of the most popular, if not the most popular anime of all time? Are you gonna stand on the front lines and say, these people are trying their best? You don't understand how hard artists have it. Listen.
Do you know what I find really strange as well? Is that I don't really understand why people are like just going out of their way to bum lick and defend the fuck out of One Punch Man out of everything. Because before, when things have objectively had like bad animation, blah blah blah, people have always kind of clowned on it. Like I remember Dragon Ball Super when that first came out, the first like 2 arcs where it covered the films, the artwork was really fucking objectively horrible, right? Everyone hated it. And people called it out everywhere. You had no one defending that fucking shit back in the day. No one. There was not a single person who was like, "Oh, come on, guys, you're just being mean." Everyone was like, "Yeah, this kind of fucking bad. The artwork was awful. Like, what the fuck were they doing?" But yeah, it got better later on when you got to like the Tournament of Power. You had all the fucking sick Ultra Instinct scenes and shit like that. It got better. But fuck me, at first it was dog shit, but no one defended it. But for some fucking reason, with One Punch Man season 3, everyone is going out of their way to be like, "Oh, come on, you just be disrespectful to the artist because you said it looks like shit." Why is it this one is defended, but but back in the day, that shit was clowned on universally by everyone. Everyone disliked that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Surely, it, bad is bad, right? We should treat both bads equally.
Mr. Thurlow, nobody put a gun to this director's head and told him to direct a season that was similar to a ship sinking. No one told him to go out to that ship and try to save it when everybody knows it's fucking sinking. It's beyond
I could tell you who did that. It's probably the big boss probably told him to do that. They were probably like, "Oh, I'm tired, boss. I don't want to work on One Punch Man season 3 anymore." And he's like, "That's too damn bad. You're not gonna see your wife and kids for 48 hours straight, you little fucking gimp. Now get to work and stop fucking whining." That's probably what's going on. Let's be honest. Because something the Japanese like animation industry and stuff is very much like that. Even like just the business industry and everything. It's pretty fucked, right? A lot of them work for like fucking 48 hours straight without seeing their families for like weeks on end and stuff. It's pretty fucked, isn't it?
repairing. It's beyond saving. But this director chose to swim out there to try to save this sinking ship. And then he got a bunch of people to try to save the ship as well. And they're all sinking with the ship. And they're all screaming out, "Why is nobody helping us?" Meanwhile, you have me on the dock laughing my ass off. Why did you go out there? Why are you trying to save that ship, you fucking idiot? You expect me to sacrifice my life to go save him? I'm gonna say that was a stupid decision. And now you gotta deal with the consequences. It's like when I do something dumb or say something dumb. I say a lot of dumb shit. I do a lot of
Same here, to be honest. Not gonna lie to you. I say a lot of fucking dumb shit all the time. I can kind of understand where some people come from when they say this, right? Because especially in Japan, it's very much like the guy above you fucking controls everything. You can't have a word to say about it. You can't really deny them because it would probably fuck your life over. Like 100%. It's very different over there than it is over like where we live or where Nicholas lives and stuff like that. It's very much kind of like if you don't go with this, you're probably not going to get any work anymore. Let's be for real. Like, if you don't bow down, lick my ass, and fucking wash my feet for me, then you're basically be blacklisted just from fucking getting a job in general, probably. You're probably going to be outcasted and stuff like that. Because it's very much kind of like in a way, kind of hierarchical in Japan, isn't it? Like, compared to, say, like US or United Kingdom or whatever, where if you were just with a shit company and were like, "You know what, fuck you lot are pieces of shit," you just fuck off and then go work for another company and then they'll hire you and it'll be sweet. I feel like Japan's very much not like that. I could be wrong, but at the same time, it's still fucking shit, isn't it?
dumb shit. I gotta pay. I gotta deal with the consequences. And I understand that completely. I
Yeah.
understand that my big mouth is gonna get me a lot of shit online, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm the fucking same, honestly. Like, I say shit all the time that people don't want to hear. And I don't really care anymore. Like back when I first started, you know, I'd get a little bit like, oh, these people are disagreeing with me. Oh no, but then I'm like, I just don't give a fuck. You know, you can think what you want. I don't care.
Okay? And in the past, I let that bother me,
Yeah,
but
yeah, no,
now I
same,
laugh
same.
at it. Now I farm it. You cannot
I got called an incel the other day for the first time. It was the best day of my fucking life, honestly. Oh mate, I've been waiting for this for years. I've been waiting for this. Oh man, it's great.
tell me that the animators that worked on this episode, on this season, love what they're doing. And of course, you have almost 4,000 likes on this tweet. Everybody replying, probably calling me a talentless, worthless piece of shit, rage baiter.
Oh, I'm all of those things. Not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I'm better than these fucking animators or better artists than the One Punch Man people because I'm not. I'm objectively fucking untalented, unfunny, and boring. I just don't care though. Like I know that I'm these things. At least I could admit that. At least I can admit my own flaws and that I'm dog shit. Unlike a lot of these fucking idiots on Twitter.com who are just like, oh, you can't talk bad about animators because my feelings or whatever. Like, shut the fuck up.
Stupid reaction channel. He makes money off of everybody's work. I mean, more people are watching my videos than the actual season itself.
Hey, that's a fucking flex right there.
So I'd like to think that I'm more entertaining than the actual animation that we've been getting. Make it.
Yeah, to be honest, I think to be honest, I think most things are more entertainment than the actual fucking season going on. If I'm being through, I'd rather watch paint dry than watch One Punch Man season 3.
People laugh, entertaining people, that's talent. One Punch Man, it seems like there's no talent. It's making people laugh, but not for the right reasons. This guy says it's unhelpful, uninformed, and disrespectful. Well, I'm not here to be respectful. I'm not here to be super informed and know what the animators are doing at their desks while they're working.
Because it's like I said, right? We don't need to know the ins and outs of everything to have an opinion on it. Like, we do not need to be absolutely in the know and informed about literally fucking everything that goes on in a certain industry in order to say that something is not good or not. And I think it's a bit of a, quite frankly, stupid take to have. To think that someone needs to know absolutely everything to have an opinion on it. Like in my previous channel, just to make it about me because everything's about me. On my other channel, I talk a lot about like health and fitness and stuff. Talk a lot about obesity, and a lot of the time the obesity rates in things like America come up, and I occasionally get the stupid fucking comment that says, "Oh, you're not from America, so you can't talk about it." And it's like, I don't need to be fucking from somewhere or know absolutely everything that goes on in a certain place to have an opinion about something.
That's not my job. My job is to watch the product and give my review and tell you what I think about said product. My job isn't to understand if the animators are taking showers at night, what their lunch breaks are looking.
Well, maybe you should, mister, okay? You fucking ignorant piece of shit, okay? Why aren't you going over to that animator's house personally and baking him a fucking cake, tucking him in at night, giving him a fucking glass of milk, you piece of shit? Like, you're what's wrong with the world, okay? I'm just saying.
Like if they have a lunch break, how many minutes long it is, what the work culture
45 minutes.
is like. Maybe there's roaches in the building. I don't need to know that, nor do I care. So I completely understand where this guy.
I get what I really, really do fucking get what you mean though, because as someone who just watches something as like a consumer or as like a reviewer, it is not your fucking place to go and think about every single detail of this person's work life or what's going on at home or whatever the fuck. Like, we do not know these things because we are not personally looking at that one random animator in the credits and being like, oh, fuck you, Steve Johnson, you piece of shit. We're looking at it as a collective whole, as a product. We're looking at it as a finished piece. And we're saying it's fucking dog shit. We're not blaming any individual person going on here. It's the whole fucking thing that's flawed.
Is coming from. He understands the work life, right? He has to say this. Because if I'm being honest with you, if he didn't feel this way, if he didn't say this, I don't think Japan would want to work with him. Because this is the.
I feel like he's probably not wrong about this. I feel like a lot of like Japanese companies kind of expect you to take a lot of public statements and stuff, even when you don't necessarily have to, or even when it's like a complete nothing burger. I feel like a lot of like big kind of heads in companies are always making public statements about things, even when it just really, really doesn't fucking matter.
大村
大変
市選出。
申し訳ありませんでした。
Type of shit you have to say to have a job, to be an animator in Japan. That's why the director can't say Nicholas Light is right. Everybody that's mad, you're all right. No, he can't say that because he'll be fired. The
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true. Like, he'd probably be fired and probably blacklisted and all sorts, like I said.
studio can't say anything. They'll be fired. This guy can't say anything because then he won't have a job. So they have to say shit like this. I don't have to say anything. I am my own boss. I say whatever the fuck I want to say.
And that was a big W, though. Like, being your own boss and everything like that, huge fucking W, honestly. I'm just unemployed, so...
I'm going to call it how it is. I truly believe that everybody that has worked on this season should never touch One Punch Man again. Was I emotional in a moment and I said never work on an anime again? Was that wrong? Okay. But I'm here to replace the word anime with One Punch Man, and I will quadruple down on that shit. And
Hey, you know what? That's fair enough. That's valid. I rate that.
I'm not gonna lie, this hurts a little, but I was ratioed on my own tweet by Doodle Lotol. You are barking at the wrong tree. You could be the most talented artist, but if you haven't been given enough time to do your job, this is what happens.
I mean, yeah, right, but it's still bad.
These people are fucking crazy. They are actually defending what we've been getting with One Punch Man Season 3. They're using this stupid fucking excuse about time constantly, as if it's Bandai Namco and time, telling these animators, telling these artists, telling this fucking director to put filters every 5 seconds. This
I don't know the ins and outs of it, because again, I haven't watched One Punch Man Season 3, so I can't, like, go in absolute depth about the quality of like the latest episodes. I've only seen again little bits of like some of the fucking most dog shit moments of like the previous episodes and stuff.
is way beyond animation and time. It's these types of excuses that enables this fucking industry to keep doing what it's been doing. If they know what the timeline is about to look like, and trust me, they all know what the timeline is about to look like, and they accept that timeline, they accept that job. You have to deal with people like me that talk the way I talk. Yeah.
That's it. Again, exactly. If you're going to put a product out there for people to see publicly, you're going to get criticism. You're going to get all sorts of fucking responses. You're going to get people glazing it, even if it's dog shit. You're going to get people hating on it. You're going to get people fucking saying some absolute dumb shit, like threatening the people that made it and everything like that. You're going to get mixed responses. You have to kind of be prepared for that as someone who makes a thing that is publicly accessible and that everyone's going to see, right? You have to kind of be willing to kind of accept that.
It's upper management, Bandai Namco production committee. Yeah, it's mostly their fault.
Yeah.
Why are you treating One Punch Man, any anime, this is even beyond Bandai Namco, any production committee that treats an anime like this and gives it an impossible timeline? Yes, I blame them, but I also blame the people that accept said timeline. To me, they're just as responsible. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. And listen, a lot of people will...
Yeah, true. I do suppose, though, just to kind of counterpoint it in a way, I do suppose at the end of the day, a lot of these people do need work, right? So even if it is dog shit, even if it's a tight constraint, a tight time limit or whatever the fuck, these people do need work, and they're probably doing it for the money at the end of the day. If we're being for real, that's what it's about, right? A lot of these people working on One Punch Man Season 3, they knew they didn't have a lot of time. For sure, they knew they didn't have a lot of time. They knew they weren't going to make product of the year. They knew they weren't going to do something absolutely amazing with it. But at the end of the day, I suppose they're all people with their own lives, and they all need money, and they all need to feed themselves and everything like that. So yeah, for sure. But it's still shit.
will be like, well, they need the money. It's their job.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
If they accept this timeline, if they accept this crunch, they will get paid, but they will also be criticized.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fair, right? They can do all this shit to get paid and keep their jobs and keep their employers happy with the fact that they've done what they've asked them to do or whatever the fuck. But you're still going to get criticized for making something shit. Like, that's just kind of how it is. Do you know what the sad thing is? Even though they've done everything their bosses have told them to do, blah, 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 etc., etc., a lot of these people are probably also going to get fired based off the fact that this project is going to make like no money and everyone universally hates it. And that's the sad thing, right? Is that a lot of these people are working on it for now probably aren't going to be hired again, at least for this company or One Punch Man or anything like that, you know, they might even get completely fucking blacklisted from the industry in general. It is kind of sad.
They could actively just tune out by signing off of Twitter. But nobody wants to hear that. They want to make me out to be the enemy. They want to make me out to be uninformed, unhelpful, disrespectful, all because I'm saying what most people are thinking. And because I have over 1.2 million subscribers, now they have a big target they could blame. Well, guess what? I don't take anything back. I quadruple, quintuplets down on this shit. The season is ass. Everybody that's working on it is doing a terrible job. No.
It is fucking ass, let's be honest. And to sit here and try and defend it at all times, at all costs, is like, why the fuck are we defending this out of everything? Like, come on. Why not defend something good that's getting unnecessary heat at least? Like, fuck me.
None of them should be working on One Punch Man Season 3 because they knew they had a limited amount of time. They knew they had a...
Oh, yeah. A lot of the people signing up for it, they fucking knew it. Right? They absolutely knew it. However, again, they did need money, so they just went through with it and were like, fuck it. And also, they probably didn't want to get fired and banned from, like, not getting work again, that type of shit, I suppose. But, yeah, they knew it. They knew it.
Brunch to give us a product, and the product is terrible. Why would I want people like that working on something I love so much? Why would anybody want that? You know, I'm about to say something that might get me in trouble, but
Go on.
Whatever at this point. You guys know me. You guys know how I talk.
Go on, say it. Spit it out. Say it.
And I care less and less every single fucking day. I hate this obsession with babying artists.
Yeah, I agree. Artists, creative directors, people in like the creative space in general. I fucking hate it. I really do. It really annoys me. Again, I mentioned it earlier with the video games and stuff. If someone makes a bad product, it's bad. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck how much time they've had for it. I don't give a shit how many people were involved or how many jobs will be lost because of the fact that something was bad and no one bought it. It's shit. What can we do? No one liked it. We're not just going to sit here and glaze the fuck out of it and be like, oh no, I'm so sorry for not liking the thing that you made us objectively bad. Like, what the fuck do you want us to do about it? We don't like something. We're going to express that we don't like it. Like, to bring up another game, Concord. No one fucking played that shit because it was bad, right? Yes, it might have looked good. It might have played all right. But objectively, people didn't like it. People didn't fucking like it. People thought it was one of those generic, mediocre ass fucking hero shooter type games or whatever the fuck it was. So no one played it. The servers got taken down like literally 2 weeks after the game came out because no one played it. Are we just gonna sit here and be like, oh, you fucking pieces of shit, how dare you, are the poor artists, the poor developers, blah, 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 etc., so on and so forth. No, we're not going to sit here and blame the people who don't like it. We're going to sit here and be like, oh, okay, so that was objectively bad. What can we do better next time?
You're not allowed to criticize them.
No,
you're not allowed to say anything negative to them, as if
you're not allowed to critique pieces of art.
They're these different beings that work harder than anybody in the world. And then I'm hit with the response that I do nothing but sit down and watch anime. So because I go to a basketball game, I can't judge the basketball players.
The fuck?
I can't say how terrible.
It's like, I don't need to be doing some sort of ultra hard, well-paying fucking job. I don't need to be going down the mines, lubricating machines or whatever the fuck to say that someone's not working hard enough at their job or whatever, you know? Like, I do not need to be a fucking expert fucking mathematician to tell you that a fucking building's a bit wonky. You get me? Do you want me to just cope and be fine with everything, even if it is objectively bad? Do you want me to just take everything as it comes, even if it's not good or up to standard? Do you want me to go to a restaurant and eat a fucking piece of shit food and be like, oh, this is completely fine, guys, even though I've got food poisoning from it? You know, like, no. At the end of the day, we don't need to be experts. We do not need to do a certain job. We do not need to have a level of artistry to critique art.
My favorite player is doing because I don't know how to shoot a three-pointer.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play basketball myself. I don't care about how hard this basketball player has worked, how much he has trained, all those sleepless nights. If he's having a bad game, I'm going to say he fucking sucks, just like any other fan would.
Yeah, that's fair.
But there's something with this world of artists where I can't have an opinion. I can't criticize anything because I got to think about their feelings.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have an opinion, you piece of shit. You see, it's people like you that are putting the world down. Negative opinions, karma is going to come to you, motherfucker, okay? It does wind me up. It really does. Like, fucking hell. Again, I've had comments like this. I video talking about stuff I don't like, and then you have comments being like, "Oh, so you made a video about something you don't like? That's bullying on the internet." It's like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up.
It's not that deep. I just think they're doing a terrible job. They knew they would be doing a terrible job. People are just calling it out. Just because you work hard doesn't mean everybody should get on their knees
Yeah.
and thank you. You know, man, this is why I'm never going to get invited to these events, right?
Do you know what? I probably won't either. I mean, yes, I have like fucking 10 subscribers or whatever on this specific channel, but I'm probably never gonna get like a proper mainstream success. I'm never gonna get like Mr. Beast level of sponsorships, even if I did have like the same amount of subscribers or whatever the fuck, or same amount of followers, same amount of money. I'm never gonna get that kind of thing because I'm just not very like a PR friendly person. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just me. I'm just a regular fucking person who makes videos. I'm not some PR trained actor or musician or whatever. At the end of the day, this is what this whole YouTube shit was about. At the end of the day, it's about broadcasting yourself, not broadcasting some version of yourself that you want the public to see only or whatever. Like, what you see is what you get. Like, you can either take it or leave it. You can love it or hate it.
And in the past, it did bother me. I'm like, damn, why are all these other creators going to the Crunchyroll Awards? Why are these other creators getting invited to the Video Game Awards? And they're going to all of these places. That could be me. Why is it not me? It's
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite at that level yet, so I haven't had that. But, you know,
because of this.
can imagine.
Because of this right here. It's because of my mouth. And I'm not afraid to use it. I stopped caring about being friends with everybody and getting invited.
I mean, that's a good way to kind of think about it. Like, you know, you don't need to be friends with everyone. In fact, the less friends you have, the better of being for real. Like, not everyone's gonna like you. And you just have to kind of like get on with it, I suppose. Just move on with that fact because not everyone is gonna like you. You just have to accept it and kind of move on.
Invited to all of these places a long time ago. Because to get invited to those places, you got to be PR friendly. You cannot.
It's like I was saying, I'm probably not gonna be that. If I'm being for real, I am not that. You know, I make videos fucking talking about fat people online a lot of the time. You know, and nowadays that's a big fucking no-no. You're not allowed to critique people because of their life choices or anything nowadays, because that's I don't know, offensive or whatever the fuck people consider it. You're not allowed to criticize people on what they eat and what they're putting out there on YouTube or whatever the fuck.
Not have a voice. You can't voice your opinions on these types of things. You have to talk like this guy right here. You have to have the safe opinions about everything. You have to sacrifice being yourself, and I won't sacrifice being myself. I'm gonna be unapologetically me, and this is why I get so much shit. People aren't used to this. They're used to this, especially on anime YouTube. Everybody wants to be PR friendly, and
yeah, it couldn't be me. It really couldn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, from day one, I've kind of made it my goal to just kind of do what the fuck I want and stuff like that. I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to do any kind of content that I don't want to do. I'm not going to do it to appease certain people. I'm going to make what I make and I'm going to do what I do. And I want to talk about what I want to talk about. Stuff like that. I'm not going to self-censor myself. I'm not going to avoid saying things just because the occasional fucking idiot in the comments might be like, oh, you can't say that. That's offensive. That's ignorant or whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. I really don't. If you don't like it, fuck off, you know, like, and if you do, then welcome. I appreciate you sticking around.
say the right things. So they're invited to the Trash Taste podcast. Me, I don't give a fuck about the Trash Taste podcast. I'm not going to compromise my content just to make industry professionals happy. Say the right things.
But, you know, if you want to invite me on your podcast, Trash Taste, you can if you want. I'll probably be pretty much similar to this guy, but, you know.
Respect everybody, y'all. Put the stupid fucking flags in my bio, the pronouns in my bio. I support the current thing. I'm not.
Do you know what, right? I'm not a big fan of, like, I support the current things. Well, like, at the end of the day, people can have their opinions about certain political things or ideological things, social things. I don't really care. I really don't. Like, I don't give a shit whether someone's left or right, gay, straight, this, that, black, brown, fucking whatever. I don't care. Like, I like people from all walks of life. I don't give a shit if you're left or right. I feel like people can be friends or get along or tolerate each other, regardless of whether or not our opinions are aligned and everything like that. I'm not really a political person and stuff like that in general because I just don't give a fuck because I can't be bothered for all that shite. But if you oh, like a left-wing person or a right-wing person, I feel like we could easily get along. Like, it's not a fucking big deal. I'm not one of those friend watchers, one of those people who go on people's following lists on Twitter and it's like, oh, you're following this person, so therefore you're a bad person. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Like, I really don't care. You can follow who you want to follow. You can be friends with who you want to be friends with. It doesn't affect me. Like, and if it does affect you that someone's friends with someone you don't like, then like get over it, man. The fuck is wrong with you?
Not gonna do that shit. And that's why I get shit, especially from people on Twitter that are bending over backwards.
Oh, but that's just Twitter though, isn't it? Let's be for real though. I ain't even got a Twitter account. I'm considering making one at some point. Because I feel like I could farm the absolute shit out of like idiots on Twitter, I'm being for real. I mean, on my other channel, I farm a lot of TikTok content, not gonna lie to you, but I could farm the shit out of a lot of Twitter people, I feel like.
For the animators to put their dicks in their asses. They look up
Oh,
to
yeah.
them as gods. And I'm not criticizing this dude's work. This dude's work is next to perfect.
I don't gonna lie to you, I ain't really seen that much One Piece, but I've seen some of like the most like Gear 4 or whatever the fuck it is. One where his hair turns white. I don't actually know which one it is. I think it's Gear 4, or is it Gear 5? Oh, fucking hell, I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm not like a big One Piece head. I like One Piece. I've watched like 100 episodes of it, okay, but I just can't get into it because of how long it is. But maybe one day I should. But yeah, I can imagine he probably does some great fucking work. W's on him. He made a good product, so therefore we're not gonna criticize it and say it's dog shit and whatever.
just criticizing what he said. It's like people
Yeah.
want to judge me and go after me because I'm not afraid to use my voice. They cannot use theirs because they can't say.
Again, I do feel like, right, people shouldn't be written off completely just because they say something you might not like. At the end of the day, as long as it's not objectively like a really fucking shit thing to say, as long as they're like objectively like straight up mustache man and like having those kind of takes online publicly, then I don't think you should write off a whole person just based off what they say. Like, you know, the animator here, I don't know if I completely agree with everything he says, you know, but I'm not going to write him off as a person just because I don't agree with what he says. You know, for example, not a lot of people probably agree with what Nicholas says here, and that's fine. You know, you could probably disagree with this, you probably disagree with me. But to write off a whole person just because you don't like what he said here, I feel like it's a bit like, come on.
The truth, they have to attack me for saying the truth. And I'm sure a lot of people expecting me to apologize, to delete my tweet. You know what? I probably will because people will talk about it. These people can't stop talking about me. They hate me so much, but they're upset.
they got your dick in their mouth. That's what they got. Oh, it's funny though. I ain't at this level, so I don't know what it's like to actually have like dedicated haters or anything like that. So I don't fucking know, but I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there.
Obsessed with me. Well, I'm gonna make them keep talking about me. So get ready, guys. You ready? You ready? Well, watch this. Watch this. Delete.
Oh
delete.
shit.
And now they're all gonna be in my replies. They're all gonna
see. He's a pussy. He deleted his tweet. See, we owned him because he's a bitch.
be making their tweets saying Nicholas Light deleted his tweet, but we have the screenshot. We have the secret information. I always say this in response. Everything I've ever deleted, I don't delete it because I'm trying to hide it. I stand on every single thing I've ever deleted. Not only do I stand on it, I quadruple down on it. So the tweet that got me in trouble today, just because I deleted it, doesn't mean I don't stand by it. If you worked on
that's based.
this newest episode of One Punch Man Season 3, never work on One Punch Man again. And if that hurts these poor animators online or these fans that want to suck their cocks, then so fucking be it. Sayonara, my PNGs.
I mean, yeah, like, look, at the end of the day, there might be things wrong in the industry. There might be things wrong with, like, the time that they were given and blah, 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 and they're probably fucking shit work conditions or whatever the fuck. 100 different things could be working against them, but at the same time we have to realize that even if all that is true, if something is bad and we don't like it, we're going to say it's bad and we're going to say we don't like it. For example, that episode he mentioned was outsourced to another company. It wasn't the same studio, and it was objectively even worse from what I've heard than what came before it, and what came before it was even fucking dog shit as it was as well. So yeah, it's bad. We're not going to sit here and self-censor ourselves and be like, oh, but you know, I can't really criticize it because the artists were given like 10 minutes to work on it. If they, doesn't matter if they were given 10 minutes or 10 years. If it comes out shit, it's shit. Maybe it's not their fault. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe it's not the animator's fault that it turned out shit, but it's still bad. It's still fucking shit. And I feel like people are allowed to have opinions on these things, and to try and say that you're not allowed to have an opinion on it because you don't know what goes on in the industry, you're not some expert, and you're not an animator yourself, and you don't know the last time the animators took a shit or saw their fucking wife or whatever. I think that's stupid. That's a stupid line of logic, and I feel like everyone can have their own opinions of things regardless of the fact that they don't know everything that's going on inside or whatever the fuck. You know, I do not need to know everything that's going on in someone's relationship to know that someone's not good for someone in a relationship, right? You know, say if you have a friend, they're with this girl's being fucking annoying. Every time you see her, she's like constantly giving him the devil eyes, constantly fucking telling him not to do this, not to do that. You know, I don't need to know what's going on behind closed doors to know that this relationship right here is not working. Those two are not comfortable together. So therefore, I'm gonna have my opinions on it, and I'm gonna go up to my mate when he's alone one day and be like, "Look, she's kind of fucking mental. I think you need to do something about this." I think that's all I got to fucking say. If you don't like this, then whatever. If you like this, then I really appreciate you as well. But yeah, if you dislike this, you dislike this. If you like it, you like it. I appreciate you watching either way. This is my second channel. This is a fucking new channel. I'm probably gonna get like 2 fucking viewers. I probably ruffle a few feathers on my first debut, my first proper like video or whatever the fuck. But, you know, I don't care. Game's a game at the end of the day. So subscribe to fucking Nicholas Light if you haven't already. Most likely you are already subscribed to him, but you're not subscribed to me. So subscribe to me if you haven't already, and you like fucking idiots on the internet with shit microphones and everything like that. But yeah, genuinely, I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves and have a good fucking day. Make sure that if you watch something, it's not One Punch Man season 3 and it's something objectively good, because you're wasting your time. And also, make sure you don't criticize me either, because if you criticize me, then you're just hating on a poor small channel with no subscribers, no money, and no bitches, and you're punching up or whatever the fuck, punching down or whatever. And I was given fucking 10 minutes to work on this video, so yeah, if you don't like it, then you're racist or something. So yeah, subscribe anyway. See you later. Yeah, take care of yourselves, everyone.